This is Mrs. Eisenhower for 8th grade English. Thank you for joining me this evening. So I just wanted to go ahead and say thank you for being here. I really look forward to this year working with the students. And I just want to kind of go over a few things like the syllabus that we have and some of the things we'll be going over in class. So I wanted to go over the syllabus, so I was going to just go ahead and share my screen. I can also download a copy of this in Teams as well, so you have access to this if you decide to download this. So I'm going to go ahead and share the syllabus that I have. And this is what it looks like. Okay, so it's Language Arts 8th grade course syllabus for this year. Okay, so I just have a little welcome letter. Welcome to 8th grade English. I look forward to working together this year and getting to know each of you and developing a positive, inviting, warm, safe, and successful classroom environment. Below are some detailed descriptions of your English class this year, including what we will cover, overview of resources we will be using, and a grading breakdown. So those are the basic things on here that I just kind of wanted to go over. And here's the course description, of course, covering all common core standards. Okay, we're going to target our growth in the areas of reading, writing, listening, speaking, discussion, reflection, and viewing, reading strategies, critical thinking skills, and vocabulary building comprise the main elements of our reading instructions and English language arts this year in 8th grade. We're going to be doing this by through fiction, reading nonfiction, current events, and poetry reading. We will practice strategies including citing evidence from a text. Okay, so how to find the answer and cite it, make predictions, analyze text meaning, identify unknown words, and understand figurative and connotative meaning and analogies. Okay, so our focus will also be on writing. We'll focus a lot on that as well. We will look at a narrative, which we just started working on a narrative essay, which is going to be due next week. We are working on these in class. Informational essay, argumentative, and research writing. We will also focus on correct essay formatting, grammar, punctuation, and relevant and reliable content for each essay. The overall goal of the class is to increase literacy skills, vocabulary, and writing abilities. So with that, a lot of the work we do is in class. So the writing assignments, our brainstorming, then our outline, and then our rough draft and final draft, all those 4 important steps to the writing process we will be doing in class. And my whole idea behind that is because I want to help them and be right there to guide them and help them to become very confident writers, especially as they go into high school and move on. They're going to be doing a lot of writing, and I want to make sure they feel very comfortable with it, but break it down so they have those necessary tools to use and carry with them. The course resources, we have our literature book, which we use for a few stories, looking at and analyzing those stories. iReady, we're going to be working on iReady. Those will kind of help reinforce the standards we'll be covering. I'd like to show a lot of videos and PowerPoints, and also we take notes. We have collaborative discussions, working in pairs. I use graphic organizers. I like to give them example papers and non-examples to look at so they get a good idea of what it should look like. And so what I do is I also adjust my lessons based on the class and student needs. So, you know, I may change due dates, sometimes things like that, because I want to make sure that they completely and thoroughly understand before moving on to the best of their ability. Here's the grading breakdown. From Friday to Sunday, between those days, at the end of the week, what I do is I like to update areas. So grading, I like to grade it and get it in there and update it. Now, essays do take a couple of weeks because those I like to take my time on and give a lot of feedback on those, because on that, the whole purpose would be for them to look at the feedback and take that and carry it with them and improve upon their next essay. So that's why it takes a little bit longer for those. But please check Aries often. If you're not signed up, please sign up for Aries. It's a really good tool and way to find out what upcoming assignments that your child or student has. and also what's due, what wasn't turned in, if you have any questions, and also, make sure there's no mistakes, everything's accurate. It's a good rule of thumb to probably check it once a week as it's updated. Okay, so the classroom environment will look like this. We'll be discussing and posting our classroom expectations, which we did. So each class I asked them, and our big thing here was not just going over rules, but what is your personal responsibility as a student, not only to your classmates and your teacher and the school, but to yourself, and how do you achieve this? So we had a discussion about this. I like to collaborate as well, and that's, I think, how we grow and learn. So a lot of the learning we do, it takes place within the classroom because I like to be there and help them and guide them. So I don't give a lot of homework. So the expectation is that they're there, present, and ready to learn, but also being responsible for themselves and their actions and accountable. So whether they do the work or don't do the work, holding themselves accountable, picking themselves back up, say they didn't do as well as they expected, but working on that. So just basically working on improving. So in closing, I look forward to this year. And I also want to say again about the homework before I go there. I don't give a lot of homework unless a student needs extra time because I feel that the learning takes place in the classroom and I want to be right there to help them and guide them, especially like with our essay writing. We do vocabulary once a week. I give new vocabulary on the Mondays to build their vocabulary, especially moving on towards high school. Once again, you want to build on those vocabulary skills, the writing skills, the grammar, and literacy as far as reading. So I like to have these discussions in class and really be there and available for them. If they have any questions as far as any of that. So we do a lot of this in class, so I'm right there able to help them and guide them along. So that being said, a lot of homework will be work that maybe they didn't finish in class. So that is basically, if they say they don't have homework, it's probably very true unless we have an essay or big project coming up or they didn't finish and need additional time. So in closing, I just wanted to say I look forward to this year getting to know all of you. I'm here for you if you have any questions, concerns, or need to talk. So if something comes up, I will be here to help you along the way. So just let me know. And you can reach out and we can talk after school or through email. So I can talk to them after school. They can make appointments with me after school if they need additional help. And my email is lisaeisenhower@antiochschools.net. That's the best way to reach me, or through Remind or Teams. So I also will be using Remind to give out notices and reminders about what's coming up in class as we go through. So every Friday, we'll have a vocabulary quiz, and we will also have additional quizzes like on citing evidence and other things that we do with our literacy and reading, such as plots and character analysis and all those Common Core standards. So major grading for major assessments would be essays, written responses to tests, okay, in addition to the vocabulary quizzes and projects and research papers. So I like to test in a variety of ways to check on our skills. So here, novel studies, short stories, vocabulary, grammar practice, speech, oral presentation, multimedia use, poetry, research process. Those are all the basic things we're going to be covering this year. Okay, so again, in class assignments are important to our daily learning and a big portion of the grade because we'll be doing things daily together and learning collaboratively in the class. And that in closing. So I will again post this so that you have this available if you want to print it out or keep it. It's also nice because the email is right on there if you have any questions. So I want to thank you. I look forward to working with all of you. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I'm here for you. I'm here for your children, the students. So with that, I would like to say thank you. And I, again, look forward to working with you. And take care. Thank you.